What's up guys, it's your boy Zaxx here, bringing you guys episode number 14 of my Anthony Marshall player career mode on FIFA 16. In today's episode we're going to be playing 3 games as per usual, and it will be the semi-final of the Invitational Cup against Napoli, maybe the final, and then either we will play the first 2 games of the Barclays Premier League here against Manchester City and Norwich, or we'll play the final and the derby. So either way, some big matches in this episode. I hope you guys are going to enjoy them. I already did my training for this week, and we're doing the 4 that we chose before as per usual. But as you guys can see, I have been picked in the starting lineup for the Napoli game. Let's just see who we are lined up with in the starting team. We've got Powell behind us, Mata on the right, Depay on the left. I think that's Blind next to Schneiderlin. Then Shaw at left back, Jones and Rojo as centre back pairing, Varela at right back, and we've got Johnston in goal. But like I did in the last episode, now the intro and the outro will always be live commed, but the games will be post commed. So I'll see you guys in the game. So guys, we're now going to head into the first game against Napoli. I'm going to show you the lineups real quick. We're playing at the Al Jahid Stadium, and these are actually the semi-finals of the Cup. The other semi-final is Porto against Bayern Munich. Their lineup is composed of Sepe, Churches, Koulibaly, Gulam, Maggio, Jorginho, Desi, Allen. I don't know who the front 3 were. This is my team. I told you just before, I believe, so I'm not going to repeat myself. You can see it anyways. But in the 8th minute here, I actually created kind of a chance. I believe I get the ball back, turn and try to crack a shot, but it goes over the bar. So that was nearly it. Then in the 22nd here, they're passing it around. They hit the post, it falls back to Desi, who manages to tap it in to the back of the net with an easy finish right there. I believe he's like a very young player. I've never saw his name or anything. When his name popped up, I didn't know who he was basically. And that was 1-0 for Napoli. But that afterwards they actually got his second chance with Higuain just minutes later. He managed to get it into the side netting of the goal, but I believe our goalkeeper had it covered. These are the halftime stats. As you can see, not many chances. They have been better than us. We didn't really create a goal. I just tried a shot from a distance, but it didn't really work. Here we go on the attack again. It's a cross into Herrera, who tried to pass it back to me, and I scored, but Herrera was actually offside, and I had absolutely no idea he was going to pass it to me right there. I was actually pressing the shoot button, I believe, to make him shoot, but he actually passed it back to me. But anyway, I was offside. We got a header here, but nothing really threatening for the Napoli keeper. Then in the 82nd, he crosses it. Everybody misses the ball, and anyway, I believe it was actually Mata who was offside, as you will see in the next clip, if I eventually show it. Yeah, so I basically am just too short for the ball. Mata was too far, and then it went to the other side of the pitch. But that was a 1-0 loss against Napoli. That meant that we were out of the Invitational Cup. I only got a 5.9 rating in that match. And as you can see in the match stats, the second half was even more boring than the first half. So I actually believe they didn't get a chance in the second half. But now we've got 2 training sessions before the first game against Man City. The first one we got a B, 2 Ds and a C. In the next one, I believe we did better. I'm not really sure. But what are we going to get this time? Why did I do 1? Okay, I cancelled it. So this time we actually got an A, a D, a B and a C. We're actually halfway through the 82 rating right now, and now we're advancing to the Manchester City game. And we've got new objectives here. I have to get an average rating of 7.4, score 1 goal and assist 1, I believe, but I actually wasn't selected for the Man City game, so we are going to sim this. I don't remember if I skipped to the end of the game or I didn't. We have De Gea, Darmian, Rojo, Jones, Shaw, Schneiderlin, Blind, Massa, Depay, Herrera and Müller playing. Man City have their first team, and we actually lost 2-1 and Müller missed a penalty, so that could have been an easy draw. But we've got another training session here before we try and head into the next game against Norwich City. This time we got 4 Cs, so that's a really average training session. Now we're heading into the Norwich game, but I wasn't selected once again, so we will sim this one. This time we have Romero instead of De Gea, and the rest of this team is nearly the same instead of Powell for Herrera and Rooney for Müller. We won 2-0 via Massa and Rooney, I believe that was. We've got another training session here. Because of the lack of matches, I had loads of time to skip and more training sessions. We got 2 Bs and 2 Cs, so that was a kind of good training session. And now we're actually heading into our, I believe it was the Champions League or Europa League tie. I think it's, what is it? Can I see? No, I can't see. I believe it was Champions League tie against Austria Vienna. This is the away match. It's exactly the same lineup as the match before, just we have Lingard instead of Powell. I believe we win this one 2-0. No, 2-1. They actually scored in a penalty. We scored with Schneiderlin and Massa. And I actually believe in the next game against Southampton, I was not selected once again, so we are going to sim that one. It's exactly the same lineup. They've switched Powell and Lingard this time again, and I don't know what I'm doing here. I might be asking for the loan. Yes, I just asked for the loan because as I was not being selected, I just thought to myself, why would I waste time just not being selected instead of playing in any other club, training myself and come back as a starter. Same lineup again with Powell at cam this time. 1-2-1, 2 goals from Rooney, 1 goal from Pella. Then we have another training session. Let's see if this one went well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're actually 83 rated now, although we got an F, a B, a D and a C. So that was kind of a bad training session, but we did get to the 83 overall rating. I wasn't selected for the home game against Austria Vienna. I think I'm going to skip this one. Same lineup again. This time we have we have Lingard at cam instead of Powell. And I believe we won this one 4-0, if I'm right. Let's see. We've got our first goal from Rooney here on a penalty. And then another one from Rooney, one from Depay, and I believe it was one from Schneiderlin maybe. And the manager actually told me that he refused my loan request, and was selecting me for the next game, so I was really pumped about that one. So I advanced to the next game against Newcastle, but I actually got an email from the France FA telling me that I was selected for the next couple of friendlies. So I was really happy right now, finally getting a game in the Barclays Premier League and getting selected once again for the France team. We've got Depay, Rooney behind us, Mata, Schneiderlin and Blind. We have Shaw, Jones, Rojo, Darmian and Romero. I don't know why we have De Gea on the bench, but it's not that worrying for me. They've got Krul, Jan, Matt, Lascelles, Jesus, Haidara, Kolbach, Cabela, Sissoko, Wijnaldum, Aarons and Perez. And in the 11th or 12th minute here, they actually get a chance from that header, but we managed to clear it. Then in the 31st minute here, I actually get the ball back, try to cross it in for Wayne Rooney, but the defender deals with it nicely. Then I tried to create something, I had a shot but it just went over the bar once again. Here I didn't get to the cross, and that was actually the end of the game. Another really boring game, a 0-0 draw on my only starting chance in the Barclays Premier League so far this season. 5.5 match rating. As you can see, we actually had one shot. That shot I had was the only shot we had. Newcastle had 3 shots. They dominated us possession wise. So guys, we've just played the 3 games, and honestly I'm disappointed. I only managed I didn't manage to score. I scored an offside goal in the first game, and maybe even in the second, I'm not sure. I can't play 3 games because, as you can see, I wasn't selected a lot, and I don't want this to skip too quickly. In this episode we already did an entire month just like that, and I did request a loan because I was like, oh, he's never gonna play me and everything. But as you guys saw, he actually turned down my request, and as I requested the loan, the game afterwards he actually selected me, and so I was quite happy because that means that I will still be playing. Even though I'm not going to be starting the games, I will play from time to time. And I was actually also selected to play in the next France friendlies. So let's just see this email. It's Chris Smalling that's back. But in this episode we lost in the semi-final of the Invitational Cup against Napoli. We lost that 1-0. Then we simmed all these games. We lost 2-1 against Man City, we won 2-0 against Norwich, we won 2-1 against Austria Vienna here, and then we won 2-1 against Southampton, then we won 4-0 against Austria Vienna again, and then finally we drew 0-0 against Newcastle. I was really disappointed with my performances, but I'll try doing better. But it seemed like the team wasn't creating it. It actually seemed like we were playing like we are in real life right now. Really boring. So, but we're gonna see what we are going to do in the next episode. In the next episode, we should be playing at least one of these 2 international friendlies for France. Then we've got a game against Arsenal. Then we've got the Champions League group stages that are starting. But honestly, I don't think I will be selected for that game against Arsenal or Atletico. I might be selected to play against Aston Villa or even Stoke. I can't see myself playing against Moscow, and I might play against Middlesbrough here. But in the next episode, if I'm not selected again, there might only be 2 games. I'm sorry for that, but I don't want one season to be like 5 episodes when the last one was 12, because I have to not make the series longer, you know, but I just don't want to skip through it too fast. I don't want to be the 29-year-old Marshall in like 1 month, so I'm not gonna sim everything just to have 3 games per episode. But I think I'm gonna stop at like 1 month maximum per episode or something like that. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment with feedback so I can make these videos better, you guys. Tell me what you think about this situation with me not being picked and what I should do video wise, and subscribe for episode 15 that should be coming out next week if everything goes according to plan. And this was your boy Zaxx. I'll see you next time. Peace.